I was completely addicted to porn from 13 to 19, doing it every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times. The second I wake up, every single night before bed, I needed to do it. And I felt like a loser. I was a loser doing it every single day, right? And I just didn't like myself. I didn't like my life. Didn't like where I was going. You know the story. But I quit at 19, like I said, which is younger than 99% of the planet. Okay? Most people never quit. Okay? They always have some sort of an addiction to porn when they're like 60. Then it stops working. Or they quit when they're 40, when they just lose interest in it. I quit at 19 when I was still completely addicted to it, using the tips I'm going to teach you in this video. So number one, stop rushing and just watch it less each week, okay? The most common mistake, the number one most common mistake when quitting porn is people try and quit too fast. They go from doing it 1, 2, 3 times a day to just 0, right? And on paper, it sounds great. You know, you'll quit fast, you'll quit in 2 weeks. But in reality, it doesn't work like that. It's bullshit, okay? You've always seen them fat people who cut out all this shit off their diet. They start eating perfectly, expecting to lose all the weight, but everyone knows they're just going to give up within 2 days, if that. They'll miss their chocolate too much, they'll eat a bit of it, they'll feel bad, feel guilty, so they eat it all and gain all the fat back, okay? Because they try to rush it. You're watching porn at least once a day, let's say, okay? Then you go to watching it 0 times, you never watch it again. You'll have motivation for the first 2 days maybe, then day 3 we're all about, the urge will catch up, the motivation will die, and then you'll relapse. You'll feel so bad about it that you'll relapse again. You've done it twice now, okay? The day's ruined, okay? In your mind, the day's ruined, so you'll do it 5 times today, start again tomorrow. That happened over 100 times for me. That's going to happen for you if you keep on rushing. There's no rush. You've had this addiction for years. Why are you trying to just cut it out within 2 weeks? Ideally, you would get rid of it, but it doesn't work like that, okay? If it did, most people wouldn't have an addiction, okay? With my method, it's going to take 2, 3, 4 months for most people, which is great considering you've had this addiction for years, okay? So stop rushing. You watched it 10 times last week, cool, watch it 8 times this week, or 9 times. People will say, oh, you're advising people to watch porn 9 times in a week. If they watched it 10 times last week, then yeah, right? Imagine a skinny kid walking into the gym, okay, and trying to lift the heaviest weight there. Would you think, wow, look at the weight he's lifting, he must be making gains? Or would you think, bit of a retard, what are you doing? Go and lift the lightest weight, right? If I was his trainer, I'd say, go and lift the lightest weight in the gym, try that, okay? People won't be looking at me like, oh, what's wrong with you? You're making him lift the lightest weight, how dare you? No, they'd be thinking, fair enough, he just got here. That's what I'm doing with you. 10 times last week, do it 9 or 8 times this week. Then within a few months, you're doing it once a week instead of twice a day. And it's not been that difficult, it's not been hard, not been easy, it's just been simple. Because you're still watching porn each week, because it's kind of fun when you're addicted. You're making progress each week, okay, which feels great, keeps you motivated, especially if you've been on something like NoFap, right, when you make no progress in years, because you take 1 step forward and 2 steps back when you relapse 5 times a day. So progress feels great, and each week you're getting benefits, yeah? The less you watch porn, the more benefits you get. You may have been told you need to go to 0, never watch porn again for 90 days to experience benefits. You don't, okay? Just watch it less and you'll be more confident, less anxious. You'll like yourself more. You'll have more self-respect, which is going to lead on so many other benefits. So just watch it less each week. Stop rushing and stop making it harder for yourself. The next tip I'll give you may seem controversial, but I don't care. Make your sessions fast, okay? People seem to think 1 relapse is the same as 1 relapse. What does this mean? Well, imagine one person, he watches porn once a day, we'll make it easy, and he spends 3 hours watching it. That is not the same as watching porn once a day, but watching it for 3 minutes. It's not, okay? First of all, it's the same pleasure. You're thinking, oh, I've gone a few days without porn, I'm going to watch it for an hour today because it's going to feel so good. You get the same pleasure at the end of it, okay? But when you watch it for 3 hours or an hour or a long time, you know what else you get? Guilt, shame, you hate yourself, you feel like a loser. Most likely you got sleep deprived because you could have gone to bed an hour before, but you didn't. You wake up the next morning feeling guilty, thinking, why have I just spent an hour doing that? What a loser I was. I feel shit now. I'm going to watch porn again. That's what happens. That's the cycle. But if you just spent 3 minutes doing it as fast as you can, it almost feels productive. It's obviously not good for you, but it almost feels productive. Because now you feel tired, you go to sleep, you don't feel that bad, you don't feel that guilty. You don't wake up thinking, all that time I wasted, I feel guilty. I'm sleep deprived because I was up at, no. It took 3 minutes. And you get the same pleasure out of it. So you can have the guilt and the same pleasure, or the same pleasure and no guilt. Make your sessions fast. Okay, combine this with watching it just less and less each week. Okay, let's imagine you're watching it once a day for an hour. Okay, try doing it instead of 7 times a week, 6 times a week this week, and watching it for 45 minutes each time. And eventually you'll be watching it once a week, doing it as fast as you can, going for a high score essentially, or low score, and it doesn't even feel like a bad habit anymore. Now, before I continue, I'll give you the last tip. There is a link under this video. It's my paid porn quitting secrets course. I'm the best person to give advice on quitting porn. Honestly, no one else quit like me. So if you're interested in that, it's very cheap. You can check it out. It supports me. You'll quit faster. And if you buy it now, there's a free bonus section I'm going to give you. You can check it out down there if you're interested. Now, the last tip I'll give you is never watch regular porn again. What is regular porn? It is man on woman. Okay, you're probably thinking, oh, why? What? Watching that, okay, turns you into a cook. Now, if you don't know what a cook is, quickly, it is when a man enjoys watching his woman, his wife, his partner, be sexual with another man. Yep, it's disgusting, okay? Sorry for putting that image in your head. You can look it up online if you don't believe me. That's what happens when you watch too much porn, specifically girl on guy porn. Because what is porn? It is you sitting in the corner, watching the girl you're attracted to, the girl you wish you were with, be sexual with another man, okay? And if you do that 1,000 times, each time you do it, you're telling your brain, oh, look, hey, brain, I clearly want her. She's fit, but I'm not with her. Your brain's like, why not? Okay. Oh, you must not be good enough. You must be a loser. Okay. And we're doing it again and again and again. He gets to go with her. He's clearly the alpha, we'll say. It's cringe, but he's the alpha. We're the beta. We're the loser. We'll never get her. We'll never be involved. We always have to watch because we're so much of a loser. This is what your brain's thinking. And eventually your brain's just going to be like, all right, let's just start enjoying watching because we'll never be involved. Let's just enjoy being the guy at the sidelines, the little weirdo in the corner jerking off. So when you get a wife, if you do, by watching porn, it's going to be very tough. But if you do, the thought of her being with another man will be exciting to you because you've always been conditioning yourself to never be involved because you don't deserve that. You're too ugly. You're too much of a loser. That's what you're saying to yourself. You can't even be with your own woman. So she needs to be with someone else whilst you watch because in your head, you're always the watcher and you always will be. That's what happens when you watch too much porn, okay? That's going to happen if you keep watching porn, okay? You're going to feel like a loser, no confidence, anxiety, but you'll also turn into a cook. So that's why I'm telling you, just always keep that in the back of your mind and never watch regular porn ever again, okay? Because girl on girl or just one girl, it's a lot better and less harmful than guy on girl or 10 guys on girl. I don't know what you watch nowadays, but that's a lot less destructive watching girl on girl, whatever, okay? So do that. Never watch regular porn again because it will turn you into a cook, make you feel like a loser, destroy your self-esteem, and keep you in this vicious cycle, okay? So I hope this helped. If it did, just watch all my other free videos and subscribe because I'm trying to help 1 million guys quit porn, and I will do. I did it. I know all the secrets to do it, and so will you soon. So thank you for watching, and goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but under this video is my paid porn quitting secrets course. It just helps you quit porn faster, supports me. So once you feel like you trust me enough, you can check it out. There's a massive discount going on right now. So if you're interested, I'd do it now. And once you buy it, by the way, I'm going to give you a free bonus section, which teaches you how to speak to girls, which becomes a lot easier when you quit porn.